And Mr. Perkins, in this video we're going to be going over really quickly how to set up your camera for an interview or for a B-roll type setting. So if you are shooting an interview, you want to make sure that you are utilizing an external mic, whether that be a lavalier mic like this pack right here, or a stick mic like this one right here. And the way that these microphones hook up to this camera is through XLR, which stands for extremely low resistance, and this cable that has 3 holes on both ends. One end, the male end, goes into the, this is actually a female connector, goes into the male end. Shouldn't have to explain the reasoning behind these, but in the other end, in this case the male end, goes into the female end of the connector. You'll notice that I put it into input 1. You do have 2 inputs here to where you could put it in either the first or second input. For this tutorial video, I put it into input 1. And let's spin the camera around. And camera operator, if you could zoom in again to the screen right here, we'll take a look at how that audio is coming in. So right now you're not seeing any VU meters, but if we go to menu and we go to the I believe it's the film strip. It might be under the camera, and it is under the camera. So in here, I'll want to make sure that channel 2 input is set to input 1. So you can either set it to input 1 or input 2, but this way it's just going to mirror the input across both of those. Or you could set it to the built-in external or internal mic. Which we won't be utilizing for this. I'll show you in a minute how to utilize that for B-roll purposes. But settings here on the side of the camera, you'll want to make sure that it is set up appropriate on the handle as well. So I typically try to start mine around the middle as far as my rockers go. And whenever I am shooting video, I try to do it in the manual setting. So right now it's set to auto, and that will work in most cases, but it doesn't give you a whole lot of control over that. So we are using a microphone. We are not using a line. A line would be something that you would get from a audio board, but we are actually using a microphone. So go ahead and switch that to mic. And in our case, we're using an unpowered condenser microphone, so we need it to also supply phantom power. So depending on your kind of microphone, it'll either be mic or mic plus 48V. We've got this channel now set to manual. We'll go ahead and set our channel 2 to manual as well, and we'll set it to mic input as well. So now, if we come back into the screen, and you notice I talk into the microphone, that my VU meters are coming in here on the camera. If it gets too loud and I need to turn that down, I would just simply drop this handle up here at the top closer to the bottom, and I dropped it a little too low there because my VU meters are a little too low. But you probably want your VU meters to peak around the 10 mark right here. That's actually negative 10 dB, and that way your audio can be raised up in post if it needs to be. If it gets too loud, you won't be able to fix it in post. So stay away from that area. One last thing that I wanted to show you on this recording would be if you're shooting B-roll or shooting anything to where you're trying to use natural sound or room sound, the easiest way to do that is to make sure that your external microphone is unplugged, and to make the camera default to the internal microphones, the easiest way to do that is to just remove this handle. So screws on the back go left to right, and then you've got a twist here on the top that also goes to the left, and that should just slide off the back. When I say it should just slide off. Get a better handle on it. Oh, these weren't pulled out all the way. There we go. Okay, and so now with that off, these internal microphones that are put on top will be receiving the audio. So you won't see VU meters for that inside of the inside of the screen, but just know that it is utilizing the internal mics in full auto settings. There's nothing you can do to change that. So like I said, I would only use this for B-roll and natural sound type settings. You would never want to use this type of setup in an interview. If you are doing an interview, make sure that you are plugged into input 1 right here, and that your settings on the side are set to microphone or mic plus 48V, manual on both channels, and then you can adjust the trim right there. So that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to stop by my office or the ASU-TV area, and I'll be able to help you out.